Hello there, this is Deborah, and today I am making a Peony Swirl cold processed soap. I am using the heat transfer method, and what that means is you don't have to have your oils and butters and your lye water at the same temperature or close at the same temperature. You can just go ahead and add your lye water over into your butters and oils. Now, sometimes I just melt my butters first. But for some reason in my head, I just wanted to go ahead and add everything together because I've been doing it that way, and I kind of notice a few things when I add my oils later. I'm not sure why, but I seem to get more of a fluent, for me, I can't speak for everybody else, but my oils seem to be more fluent where I can, have them fluid through the process a little bit better than add my oils over after the butters have melted. There's no rhyme or reason. That just seemed to work out good for me. Okay. I hope everybody's having a great day today. I'm using olive oil, and it seems to be a lot darker than what I had hoped for. I probably should have used a different thing than the olive oil to get the swirl that I'm working on. Also, the fragrance oil I'm using today is a peony fragrance oil from Nature's Garden. And it does have a little bit of vanilla in it, so I'm only going to add it to my soap that has the mica to it, hoping that will keep some of the colors from turning dark. I won't be adding it to the white part of the soap. So we shall see what happens. So I'm just actually measuring out for the two different colors that I'm going to use. I actually started out doing something different. I didn't quite have this concept in my head. I was going to do something else. But then when I realized I was going to use the peony fragrance oil, I thought, well, might as well just go ahead and do it this way. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to come back in and out of the video and talk to you, tell you what's going on. Right now, I'm just basically adding my mica and over into my soap base here. And I love these colors. These colors, the mica is from Michaels and More. I will leave some information in the description area for you. Now, I've speeded up the video a little bit more because it seems to be a little bit long, and I was trying to make it shorter. But anyway, I will come back in and out of the video. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you'll stick around to watch it to the end. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm getting ready to do a hanging swirl here, and basically I'm just swirling the colors kind of up and down and in and out a little bit there. Lately I've been doing this and getting sort of a little bit of a different pattern, so I kind of like that. Kind of works out pretty good for me there. I did struggle with this a little bit here because I wanted to do something different, so I kind of added a top and took off a top that you didn't see. It's probably going to be in the bloopers later on down the line. I decided just to go ahead and to pipe some dollops on top here and go from there. Um, my white base is just a little bit soft. I didn't add any fragrance oil to it, so it didn't have time to really set up good. Usually, sometime when you add the fragrance oil, it kind of help it accelerate a little bit. Although this peonies is not known to accelerate or rise or anything like that, but I do know that it does firm up the soap a little bit faster. So it was a little bit longer for the white base to set up, and in the process of that setting up, I had my my soap with the color with the micas to them, and they was already setting up a little bit faster. So I really struggled with making these little peonies here, roses or whatever you want to call them. I mean, I really struggled with it. The soap is really firm and it's really hard to get out. And I couldn't find, I shouldn't say I couldn't find, I didn't have, excuse me, the little scissors that you use to kind of put your flowers on. And I took off my glove because I took off one of the gloves because it seemed like it was way too hard to work with, and it was just a little bit hard. So I think if I had to do it again over, I would probably go ahead and make the flowers ahead of time. Now I put the gloves back on because I had gotten some of the soap, the lye soap, because it's active right now on my hands, and it was like, okay, let's put back on the gloves because I ain't trying to burn my hands here. So that's why the in and out. Now I started off with some dark purple gloves. They was pretty thick, and when I started doing this, I really had no control. So I took those off, and I'm all right. I think if I would have kept my piping bag wrapped down real good, I would have been all right to have no gloves on. But because my hands started burning, I'm like, no, let's just put some gloves on. So like I said, I struggle with these flowers, and I love piping flowers, but usually I go ahead and pipe them ahead and just put them on later because you don't run into this problem. But because I wasn't sure which direction I was going with this soap, I end up with this situation. And that's what happens sometimes when you change your mind. You gotta figure it all out. But it's still a lot of fun. I'm still okay with it. As you can see, it's just it's pretty firm here. I am really pressing extremely hard, hoping that I don't cause the bag to burst or anything like that. But like I said, if I had to do it all over again, I would probably make these ahead of time. But I really wasn't planning on making these flowers. I was just going to, make the Peony Swirl. And I thought, well, this is Peony Swirl. I need to put some flowers on there. So that's what happened when you change your mind and do something different at the last minute. I'm just hoping that the leaves are going to be a lot easier to pipe because that the green sit a long time too, waiting for the white to thicken up some. And it didn't firm up quite as well as I had hoped, but I do have the dollops on here. They did go on fine, so that was a good thing. But the soap with the mica to it, it had sit way too long. So if I had to do it all over again, like I said, I would go ahead and just pipe this ahead of time. But once again, I wasn't planning on adding these. I usually do a better job than this, but today this is my best. Oh boy, just dropped that one. One less flower to use. I didn't want this to look like a rose, hoping it would look more like a peony if I kept it just a little bit wider and everything, and I think it's going to be all right. I'm not one of those people that beat themselves up. It's like, okay, if it works, fine. If it don't, I'm just going to move on. There's way too many things that's way more important than to worry about this. I'm just having fun. When you're having fun making soap or having fun doing anything, you're not going to be a critic, beat yourself up. You're just going to have fun. And I love to design and create things and try to make more things. I just don't seem to have time to make many things. I like to make more things. But I find myself having to reason with myself and say, well, I got to go to work today. I've got to do this. I got to do that. So I have to pace myself. I think 2 years ago, I seemed to have a lot more energy. But since so much is going on these days, I'm having to refocus, regroup, and talk to myself and says, hey, come on now. Let's get with the program. You know, you can't fix this. You just keep going. Then again, at 60, 65, it's a little different than when I was 64. Okay, but it's all fun. I always enjoy doing this. So I had a lot more soap base that was with the mica to it. But you didn't get to see that part where the flowers was just a mess, a hot mess. Maybe I'll show it in a blooper sometime along the way. Okay, so I'm getting ready to use the green, and hopefully it is not too hard. I didn't push the soap base all the way down into the tips, because I know if it gets hard down there, it's really going to be hard to push out. So I just kind of, pushed it just enough before it got to the tips, so when I was ready, then I could push it on down. So far, it looks like it's going to be all right. So it's going to be a lot of leaves here. I've seemed to be doing a lot of leaves lately. I love nature, and I love flowers. Having a flower shop for 25 years and teaching flower classes for a long time, I still love flowers. I just don't seem to have time sometimes to do this, but I really like piping flowers and different things onto the soap. But this is a fun day for me because I just kind of set this time aside, so I really know I needed to get a video going. So I was like, okay, let's just have some fun. Okay. As you can see, I'm kind of missing a few flowers on the end, but I think it's going to be all right because there's going to be a lot of little cute leaves here to make up for that. And when I cut it, long as each bar have some roses, some peonies, I'm good. Now, if it had none, then I would be like, okay, how could that be my peony soap if I don't have a peony on it? But I think when I cut this, I'm going to, have a peony for each one. I didn't really line them up, like I usually do. I just kind of like randomly put them there. Okay, I've got enough of that. So, I got to add a little bling bling on there. Some biodegradable glitter there, Give it a little bling bling to it. Okay, so there you go. This is my little version of my Peony Swirl soap. So I will come back in 24 hours for the cut of the soap, and I will see you then. Okay, I'm back. It's been 24 hours, and as you can see, everything is still intact. The peonies is still on there. I didn't put this through the heat process. I actually put it in the refrigerator because the last one I made, my black raspberry, the frosting kind of melted all over the place. So I wasn't sure. I don't know. It just kind of left me with, I don't want to do it that way. So I actually put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours to let it ride that way to see how it turns out. It is a little bit soft, but I think it's going to be all right. Now, I probably should use a knife to cut this, but I'm going to go ahead and try it this way, and if I can't get it going this way, I'll try a few other little techniques, and then I will make a decision which way I'm going to go before I ruin the soap here. Well, okay then. Now, this is the first piece I'm not sure why it's got that little, looks like a little reef almost. Like a reef. I hope the whole thing is not like that, because I really was swirling for it to get a little bit deeper down into the bottom of the mold. So hopefully I will get a different look. But I do like this. I'm not complaining. It's really pretty. My camera is just not picking it up very well, but hopefully when I take the pictures, the still pictures, maybe they will show better. Now I'm going to turn it on the side here and try that. And that's not going to work too good because it looks like it's just right at the rose, right at the peony. I keep calling these roses because they kind of look like roses. I was trying to make peonies. Oh, that's pretty neat. Once again, it still looks like a little reef or something. Still a little soft. Probably should wait a little bit longer to cut it, so hopefully I won't get it too. Dropped a little tip off there. Hopefully I don't drop too many more off. Be like, okay, see if I can put that on later. I'll do something with it because it's kind of cute. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way and see what happens. I don't have my thinking cap on. I bet you're wondering, you're saying, why don't you do it this way or that way? But before it's over with, I'm sure I will make sure it turns out all right, because I'm not trying to get my soap rearing here. Not trying to mess my soap up. Just trying to figure out some strategies here of cutting it. Okay. My husband did make me a little thing to cut it with, but it didn't have the guitar strings on it, so it left a lot of drag, so I didn't want to use it. Wow, I really like that. I really like that look. That's what I was really shooting for, was more of the swirl to really get down into the soap. So I like that. It has a lot of pretty color. I mean, just can't see it from here, but hopefully you'll be able to see it better. I'll take a picture. So I'm not sure about this way of doing it either. I don't know why my thinking cap's not on, but I'll figure it out. Let's see what I'm going to do here. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of move it out a little bit, not have it directly. Well, this one I will have it closer because, nope, let's see, what am I going to do? Oh no. Let's see. The rose was a little bit smaller, so I don't think it's going to bump the handle here. Just barely made it. So, can't do that again. Come on, Deborah. Put your thinking cap on here. Wow. I really love that swirl. It's not so close together. They're just all over the place, those swirls, so I really like that. And I really love the top. And I love the bling bling that's on it. The glitter. The biodegradable glitter that doesn't hurt the environment. So that's a nice swirl. I haven't made a swirl quite like that before, so I'm really liking that swirl. Sometime when you take that risk of really using your making a swirl like that, and you know, you can muddy up your colors by if you keep swirling and swirling. But I thought, I'm gonna give it a try. You know, what the heck? I'm gonna try it anyway, and I'm glad I did. Okay, so I've got a few. It's like I said, it's kind of soft. So let's see, what am I gonna do? I don't know why I am really keep trying to use this cutter when I should do something different. But let's see, what am I gonna do here? The rose is here a little bit smaller there. No, that's not working. That's not working. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just gonna push. I can't take it out now because I've already made a little bit of cut. So I'm just pushing this soap closer in the middle and hoping that will work. And voila, I just barely made it, but I think it's going to work. Wow. Wow, I really love those. Those are really cute swirls there. Almost look kind of like little hearts, but not quite. But I'm really pleased with the top and the colors and the swirl. Like I said, it's a little soft. Hopefully when it cure it, it would maintain the colors, because the peony fragrance oil did have a little bit of vanilla, and I didn't add it to the white, which I did have a lot of olive oil, so that gave it a little bit of darker color. But I didn't want to put the fragrance oil in the white, so I just used it in my mica that I had put into the soap bait, the soap. So I think it's going to be all right. So from this point on, I'm just going to kind of keep it in the middle there, and if I can hold it firm enough, I should be able to cut this bar with no problem. So I just figured out a way to cut my soap again. Just kind of putting it in the middle of the cutter. And I got to hold it real still there so I can get a even bar. It did move just a little bit, but I think it's okay. Wow. That's quite a different one. Just never know what you're going to get when you cut the soap. But I'm in love with the swirl. They're pretty different. Oh, that really is neat there. It was supposed to be like a chocolate. To be honest with you, I started off trying to make a Neapolitan soap. But when I used the peony fragrance, I got this idea I needed to add some peonies on top. So this was actually supposed to have been a white and vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. So I'm going to have to make that next time. It was going to be a 3-layer, and then once I got started, I just started doing something different. I didn't really have the fragrance oil that I really wanted to match up the Neapolitan soap. So I went with the peony, so that just changed the whole dynamic. That just changed the whole concept. So that's why it was a little bit of a struggle making this soap, because I had one way of making it in my head, and I had to go a different way. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with it. I really like the swirls. They're all different. Not bad. Okay. And I didn't do a lot of damage to the soap, so I'm really excited about that. And this little method of putting it in the middle of the soap cutter here seems to be working good. I just have to hold it really firm so that I don't so the bars would be even. That's what I was trying to say, so the bars would come out even. I think if I would have piped a little bit taller, this method wouldn't have worked at all. Wow, I really like that. Just kind of looks like a reef. What do it look like to you? What did it look like to you guys? Kind of looks like a reef to me. And that looks like kind of a heart reef. Always thinking flowers. A reef. Oh my goodness, Deborah. Okay. Yeah, that's different. I like it. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit off the back side. So this is an end piece. And usually the end pieces, I try to leave enough on this so that I can send a little sample to my customers of, different little soaps. And hopefully I will have some little peonies or some little peony buds on this end here. We shall see. Yep, looks like they're going to be there. Okay, so this worked out for me today. Okay, that's a little different there. Don't know what that looks like, but I guess I could cut a little bit more to get another design, but I think I'm going to leave it alone because this bar is actually the size that I need it to be. These are probably going to be about 6 or 7 ounce bars from the look of them. They're pretty heavy. But I will see when they cure how much they weigh. So I had a lot of fun making this soap, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it wasn't too long for you. I appreciate you stopping by my channel here, and I really appreciate you just being faithful. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have an awesome and a blessed day. Bye now.